Pregame.com.
All right, here we go with my first Heisman Trophy long shot bet of the 2017 college football season. This is Brad Powers in the Pregame.com studios just off the Vegas Strip, and I know you're going to say, hey, Brad, the college football season, come on, it's more than 4 months away. Well, I'm telling you, there's a lot of prop bets out there that are offering some value, and I got one for you with regards to the Heisman Trophy.
Well, you gave me Lamar Jackson at 100-1 last year. 1 month into the season, he was the definitive favorite. Who do you got this year?
I'm going to take the quarterback out of Auburn, Jarrett Stidham, at 40-1. And let's talk about Jarrett Stidham. But more importantly, let's talk about this Heisman Trophy award. It's become a quarterback award. In fact, 14 of the last 17 Heisman winners have been quarterbacks. And all 14 of them have been on contending teams, teams that have gone at least 9-3 or better in the regular season. And obviously, Jarrett Stidham will be the quarterback at Auburn this year, so he fits that bill. And Auburn is a team that's kind of flying under the radar, but actually in my preseason top 10 Vegas power ratings, I am in my top 10, so there's a great possibility that Auburn's going to be 9-3 or even better this year. Add it all up, value on Jarrett Stidham to win the Heisman at 40-1.
And it makes sense that Stidham is flying under the radar. He wasn't even with Auburn last year.
Yeah, and let's take it back to even Stidham's entire college career. He comes out of high school, he's a top 5 player, goes to Baylor, actually starts a few games his true freshman season, lights it up, completes like nearly 70% of his passes, throws for over 1,000 yards in just a couple of starts, 12-2 ratio. What happens last year? Baylor has all those off-field allegations. He correctly decides to transfer out, goes to JUCO. So, again, he's flying under the radar, but Auburn gets a massive pickup. He was actually maybe the most coveted prospect coming out of the JUCO ranks this year.
I got to tell you, I don't like long shots. In most sports and most betting events, people are like, oh, Freddie Couples, 100-1. And then he finishes 12th. And like, see, it was a good bet. No, it wasn't a good bet. But when it comes to Heisman betting, you have convinced me. This is the one betting area where you want to look for the needle in the haystack.
You do, because let's face it, long shots have been the trend. 6 of the last 7 Heisman Trophy winners have not been among the top 8 preseason favorites. So let's put that in perspective. If you carried that over to the college football national title, you wouldn't be seeing the Alabamas, the Ohio States, the Clemsons, and the Florida States winning titles. You'd see teams like Penn State, Notre Dame, and maybe even like an Auburn type of team winning multiple titles. But in the case of the Heisman Trophy, here's where I think there's value in the long shot. The favorites, the preseason favorites, are going to be the most scrutinized. So not only are they competing against the field, they're also competing against their stats from last year. And I see a lot of times that there's always nitpicking going on with those favorites.
I see almost like playing roulette with a biased wheel that you know where the ball's more likely to land, and you're putting some chips down on that biased area of the wheel. About how many bets do you make on the Heisman every year?
Yeah, but only about 4 or 5. I just pick out the number one. I like usually trend quarterback. Obviously, Lamar Jackson was one of them. And then the second thing is that factor I mentioned. I got to have a team that's top 10, top 15 caliber.
Your second key handicap.
Well, let's talk about spring games. And I know you're going to say that spring games and stats don't mean a lot, but I've actually already charted play-by-play with a couple of pages notes on at least 30 teams already. And I got to tell you, after watching Jarrett Stidham a few weeks ago, he certainly passed the eye test for me. 16 out of 20 for 267 yards. And it wasn't the stats. It was multiple NFL caliber throws. This guy so far is graded out as the best quarterback in the country.
And obviously, I'm not following spring games like you are, but when you told me about this, I went ahead and did a little research, and one of the beat writers, I love this, there's a quarterback controversy, they say, at Auburn. The beat writer said, make no mistake, Stidham is our starting quarterback.
And let's talk about the last time Auburn had a highly ranked JUCO quarterback coming out. Flashback to 2010. Quarterback's name was Cam Newton. He played 1 year at Auburn. He seemed to have a pretty good year. I think he won the national title. And oh yeah, he won the Heisman Trophy.
I'm sold. Let's make it official.
Yeah, let's make this one official. The Heisman Trophy has become a quarterback award. 14 of the last 17 winners have been quarterbacks, all on contending teams. Jarrett Stidham, obviously, he's a quarterback, guys. And Auburn is a contending top 10 caliber team. And Stidham, for me, has passed the eye test. He is graded out so far as the most impressive quarterback in spring. And add it all up, I think Jarrett Stidham at 40-1 is offering a lot of value in the future markets. And we'll have more videos at pregame.com.